My name is Dr. Donna Van Natten, also known as the Body Language Doctor, and for almost 20 years I've been in the business of helping people through nonverbal communication. So I have my third book coming out in the spring about body language, preceded by Image Scrimmage and the Body Language of Politics coming out in January 2020. I'm very fortunate that I travel nationally and I speak at conferences, keynote events, workshop sessions on a variety of topics because body language applies to all industries. And judgment has bad connotation. Right. People like to say, I don't judge, absolutely. However, as a Homo sapien, as an animal and human, we are constantly judging our environment. Think about when you drive, when you're walking down the street, when you decide what to eat, because we need to stay alive and thrive. And so when we engage with another human, we have to be safe at our core. So we size you up. How big are you? Are you male or female? Could you cause harm to me? Do you look shifty or shady? Those are all natural judgments. Yeah. And so we become more refined in the workplace of, will you help my career or could you hurt my career? Do you like me and want to, do I like you? Are you a nice person? So those are all natural judgment behaviors. Be intentional about what you're doing. So there's obviously positive and negative gesturing. And some of the positive ones would be steepling. And men tend to steeple higher and bigger than women on the table. Women tend to steeple lower. So it says confidence. Whether it's perceived or real, it's a confidence builder because the hands are exposed, nothing to hide, and I look very together, if you will. Another positive gesture would be leaning in. So typically when we're interested in something, genuinely, we tend to lean in. We become very eager, like, tell me more. Of course, eye contact, and we're an eye contact culture. So they're staring and looking away, but we want to have extended eye contact. So that's why people struggle when people are on their phones and you're like, look at me when I'm talking to you. And you're like, I hear you, and you're like, no, I want to look at you. So that's another positive one. And for the most part, we don't take our hands and keep them on our face. Our baseline behavior is our hands and our face don't go together. But when there's a shift in behavior, we might see the hands go to the face. For example, I'm listening to you tell me something and I'm beginning to evaluate, do I really believe that or not? We'll see the hand go to this area. You probably remember in cartoons of, well, from Acme. I'm like, And so we'll actually take the hands, they're like, I'm actually considering what you're saying. So that's a change. If someone is nervous or anxious, you might see, obvious nail biting, which we know is a bad habit, but you might just see a subtle to the mouth with the hand, or a self-soothing behavior that's very common for a lot of men who have beards or facial hairs. You'll see this self-soothing or playing with the facial hair. And all that is like a pacifier, okay? To take the hand around the mouth. It feels good, so why not do it? If we don't like something, we don't want to see something, and when we're little kids, we'll actually go, I don't want to see it. That looks bad in the boardroom now if you don't want to see a bad presentation. So we might drop our eyes or take our glasses off, or have something in our eye that enables us to look away, but the hand will go near the eye region. Same if we don't want to hear something, when we're little we cover it like this. When we're big we might even, and I've actually seen people actually curl curl part of their ear like I don't like what I'm hearing kind of thing. So there's a lot of hand to face gestures that tell us what's going on emotionally with somebody. We just have to be aware and be very intentional to watch for it. So sometimes when we stand, we tend to focus on this part of our body, but we want to focus on our entire body. So if you think about it, how wide is your stance? And there's these hidden rules that men have a wider stance than women. It would look odd if I had stood here like this when I was talking to you, like, why is she standing so wide? No differently than we would not expect a male to stand with the leg crossed over. It would feminize him, if you will. But it actually feminizes everybody because it's off-centering, and so you want to stand your ground, which means your feet are planted. So if you're with other women are with other women, and you cross over, there tends to be low threat, and we don't think much about it. Could be comfortable. If you're in mixed gender company, don't cross your legs over. It changes the dynamics of the situation. As we're putting the read on somebody else, always be aware that they're also putting a read on you.